Hi guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Stephen.
And I'm Ash.
And I'm Mark.
And this is F1 Fanatics. Welcome back to the channel. We've done it. 1,000 subscribers.
Oh yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. That's all we can say. As you can see from the intro, obviously there's me, Stephen, Ash, and obviously Mark as well, who all contribute to the channel, and we are all so grateful for that. So we're going with the rather unoriginal idea. It's a kind of classic, but it's always interesting to, well, I'd say that interesting. That's regards of whether you actually find our answers to your questions interesting. It's a Q&A!
Oh yeah.
So F1 related, non-F1 related, you've been able to ask us questions. I sent it out on Twitter, there have been some comments as well. It's, well, it's been an emotional journey. It's been a road of highs and lows. COVIDs and no COVIDs.
There's been laughs, there's been tears.
Has then? I don't know. It's already got out of hand. This is putting me and Stephen together to front this. This is
gonna go wrong.
It's always carnage. So obviously we're so grateful for everyone who sent in questions, and we're gonna try and do all of them. And if we have missed out a question, I don't think we have, but if we have, I'm sorry. But we're gonna try and do it. So the structures, I think there are a few that are directed to kind of all of us, or all of us could answer. Yep. So obviously me and Stephen will give our answers here, and then I'll put up pre-recorded answers from Ash and Mark as well. And then there's a little bit of a Hayley takeover as well. She loved questions. For those of you who don't know, Hayley is my girlfriend, Ash's sister. Yes, she had a little takeover, so we'll have the Hayley segment and then round off with just a couple more from me and Stephen, and we'll see how long this takes. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and hopefully enjoy the answers to your questions. And yeah, a massive thank you to everyone who's supported us and helped us along this journey to 1K.
Oh yeah.
1,000 subscribers.
Dramatic voice.
Oh dear. Right, okay, let's get started on these questions. So, excuse me when I'm not looking at the camera. I'm just looking up your questions. So I'll start with the ones that we've got, like I said, Ashley and Mark going as well. So, Mark Hodes, Mika Michael 67, maybe a fan of the Mika and Michael thing, rivalry. When did you guys start watching F1? Also, can you share your best, brackets, and worst memories?
Oh.
I'll start with you. Bang on the spot.
Jeez. Bam. Yeah. I can't actually remember when I started watching F1.
It happened one day.
It was before 2010, and it was, it was a thing that we used to do on a Sunday. We had Sunday lunch, and then it was watching F1 in the afternoon. I can't quite remember when I first started getting to it.
No, it was after me, but it was, like you said, before 2010. It happened.
Yeah. Favourite and worst memories? Oof. I don't think I have a worst memory, to be honest. Favourite memory, going to Silverstone. Not last year, year before. Yeah, that's good. First live F1 race I watched. That'll be my favourite moment.
And you don't have a worst?
I don't think I have a worst. No.
No. There. For me, started watching F1. I always remember it being in the background still before. But when I first properly started, it was 2005 with Fernando Alonso's championship winning season. Oh yeah. Obviously, if you've been around with 1,000 subscribers, you'll know that Fernando is my favourite driver because of getting into F1 at that season. But I do have memories of it before, but that was when I first properly started following it. Best F1 memory as well, Silverstone, but obviously I would say those first couple of championships with Alonso. They were definitely highlights. Worst, I remember being significant. Obviously, being a fan of Fernando, I think 2012 hurt more in terms of that. So I would say worst memory is Fernando Alonso not being able to secure the Formula 1 2012 World Drivers' Championship. But that's mine and Stephen's. Now, let's hear from Ash and Mark.
So, I started watching F1 in 2007. I'm part of the crowd that joined the F1 family when Lewis Hamilton did. Before that, there was only really Jenson Button and David Coulthard as British drivers for my sort of age group, and I hadn't really got into it. Then everything started with Lewis and that first season, and that drew me in. Best F1 memory, one that's probably going to come up for another question, but probably driving back from, I've got to try and remember where we were driving back from. Was it Autosport that we were driving back from?
No, it would have been Silverstone.
Silverstone. Driving back from Silverstone, and I've got Mike, Stephen and James, one of mates of the channel, in the car. Stephen and James are in the back watching the Brazilian Grand Prix, and Mike and I are in the front just listening to it through the stereo. Worst, I'm going to go for Lewis Hamilton 2016. Just that run of failures at the end. Well, I say run of failures. Major failure, really. Pulled back to Nico Rosberg and really should have won the championship that year, but things went against him. German driver for a German team.
I started watching in 2012, and it actually started because the first F1 race I watched was actually at a track. I went to the Malaysian Grand Prix. My best memory would have to be watching Daniel Ricciardo, one of my favourite drivers, win on my 18th birthday at the Chinese Grand Prix, which is just something special, seeing your favourite driver winning on your birthday. And the worst, my worst memory, it'd have to be Spa from last year. Spa 2019 was an awful weekend for any racing fan.
Right. Next question. Coming from Katie, super fan Katie. She's been with us since about 25 subscribers. And she has just been brilliant support for the channel in every possible way. So it's no surprise that she is coming with a question. Not just one, 4.
4.
Getting greedy, Katie.
Honestly.
4. Unbelievable. Can't believe you went 4.
Honestly.
And if you were going to go higher, you probably should have gone 5.
5 would have been a good shout, but 4 it's a bit...
4, it's there. I mean, this is not a question. There is one which is favourite memory of all time, which I think someone else has also commented on. That seemed to be there, and obviously, yeah, Marco's, we've just answered that one. So we're going to palm that one off. Your favourite F1 memorabilia that you own? I'll start off with this, easy, is my Christmas present from last year, which was my Fernando Alonso signed cap from his 2005 championship winning season.
That was a nice cap.
That's my pride and joy. Has its place on its shelf with the R25 above it, and my old phone case of it as well, my little Nando box type of thing. So yeah, that's mine. What about you?
I haven't got much F1 memorabilia, but I go with my Max Verstappen top. I've got so much to choose from. I've got 2 of Max's cars, got Max's helmet, got Max cap.
He looked up there because
It's a pretty nice helmet.
That was from Katie actually as well. So
thank you again, Katie,
for that. RB40.
Yeah.
RB50. Maybe I'll zoom in.
You've seen my cap. I can't remember where my cap appeared in.
I
should have.
What do you mean you can't remember? It was the Malaysia 2015 Classic Race Review. Driver of the day, Sebastian Vettel. No! Hey, if you want to laugh, please do go and check that out. Maybe I should clip it and put it in terms of that. But that's...
Yeah.
Personally, I don't own any F1 memorabilia, but we've got the Kimi Räikkönen picture of these overalls that would be behind me, but as you can probably tell based on the cap, we're going throwback for our very first video, and it's hot and sweaty where we're filming, and the things that were holding it up have sort of melted slightly, so it's fallen off the wall. We've just got to bring that one up. But I've then also got the Sebastian Vettel top that we got given for free by Ferrari at Autosport International.
My signed Caterham hat signed by Alexander Rossi, Kamui Kobayashi, and Marcus Ericsson.
Matt's favourite F1 memorabilia. If you could send one driver back to the 60s to race, who would you pick and why?
Ooh, back to the 60s.
The 60s.
It's a tough one. Back to the 60s. I don't know. Have you got one?
Well, I know Ash's answer, but
I'll see that in a second.
But I just probably because of how he's done it, Fernando Alonso, because he drives across other series. It'd be interesting to see. No, look, okay, I'll change it up. I won't go for Fernando. I would say I would love to see.
I've
just got right. You're in.
Maybe I'm chucking Sebastian
This is a tough one.
Chucking Sebastian Vettel back there.
Okay.
He's always going all the good old days. He can go back to the 60s. Go on, Seb. Get your wish.
Yeah, the problem is that I'm going to go Mika Hakkinen. I'm going to say I reckon Mika would have done very well in that time because he's a gentleman himself. He's very well respected in terms of that. I think he would best suit going into the 1960s. I think he would fit the type of characters that are around there, and obviously we know he was very quick and very skilled as well. So yeah. Mika Hakkinen
and Sebastian
Vettel.
Back to the 60s. Does that have to be current F1 driver? Or
No, I think any driver.
I'll probably go Fernando Alonso. I feel like he's the sort of driver that, despite reliability issues, would still be able to put together a decent season and be able to challenge at the very top.
Oh, it's got to be Kimi. I feel like he'd fit right in. It'd just be... He's an old-style driver. And not only that, but he's trying to go for older cars and that type of racing. And yeah, I'd have to pick Kimi.
What is your favourite thing about each of your F1 Fanatics teammates?
Ooh.
What do you like about me?
Actually, it's a really difficult one. I really find myself struggling for an answer. And Ash is a great quizmaster. And Mark, his feeder series knowledge is unmatched. But you, come on now. Stop asking me impossible questions, Katie.
I promised I wouldn't cry in this video, but I'm hurt. If you haven't already guessed, me and Stephen are brothers, so brotherly love that. Right, I'll step in. The thing I like about Stephen, he's rubbish consistently in every video, so that's... I love how he's consistently to being so bad. No. I love that I have great fun with Stephen on videos. We definitely, I think, have a lot of fun when recording for there. With Ash, I love his kind of analytical mind and his way that we can we kind of balance each other out, and I think we kind of build a bigger picture as we kind of see things sometimes in different ways, but it's always good to give that different perspective. And Mark, I'll be boring as well. His knowledge of the feeder series has been really interesting, and something that's really added to the channel. I think in terms of the knowledge that he brings on that subject.
Yeah.
Hope you like those questions. But Ash and Mark, let's hear from you.
I only have to be polite about Mike because he's filming this and asking me the questions. But Mike probably for having the idea to actually start the channel. So we probably wouldn't be here without, well, actually I say probably, we wouldn't be here if Mike hadn't had the idea. Stephen's sense of humour and the fact that literally anything that happens in Formula One, he can make a joke about. Mark, that knowledge about all forms of motorsport, especially the feeder series, because that's something that I know very little about. And then the thing I like about myself, the fact that I get to be a part of the team.
Oh, this is actually really hard because I've only really ever done videos with Mike. So Mike is just a really nice guy, great general knowledge, and I just find that we have really good conversation together. But I've been getting to know Stephen more through the streams. He's genuinely funny, and he's just you get just a really good. I mean, I hate to use this word, but you get a really good aura off him. And Ash, I mean, he's a Mercedes fan, so I mean, I guess it's okay. I don't like one of them.
How are you liking this kind of backward and forward? It's
Backwards
weird.
and forwards.
We're here. We're there. I don't know how long we've been. This is going to be correct. By the way this is going, strap yourselves in. This could be a long one. But okay, if you picked one failed F1 driver from the modern era and give them a chance to erase their history and give F1 another shot, who would it be and why?
How are we classifying as
Failed.
Yeah, but how is that?
They failed.
Is that just unlucky?
They
or is
failed to achieve anything. Who do you think of as a failure?
It's a tough one. Like, is it just not winning a world championship? I'd quite like to see Rubens come back and win a world championship. That'd be quite fun. Or Felipe Massa.
Oh yeah, like not get the accident. Pre-accident Felipe. I could get on board.
I
with
wouldn't call his career necessarily a failure, but if he could come back and win a world championship and be in his prime, yeah.
I probably Stoffel Van Dorn.
Ooh.
Because he had a really difficult one. He came into Team Fernando, and Fernando Alonso is in the business of destroying his teammates. And I think Stoff, after doing fantastic in the junior categories, you've got to make your own luck, but I'd like to see Stoff go into a team where he was at least given an equal playing field from, race one.
And a good car.
Yeah, because that McLaren was horrendous, actually, that he had to drive as well. And we all know failing cars in F1 soon relinquish that. But yeah, maybe Jean-Eric Verne would have been interesting to see. He didn't really fail, but he never really kind of got the shot. There's a couple for you there. But again, here's Ash and Mark's thoughts.
I'm going to go for it. Pastor Maldonado. Come on. Who wouldn't want to give him another chance?
I know you. I don't even have to give more reasons why. Just go back to any old video where I somehow bring up Rossi and you understand.
And we're back. Didn't know. For us, that's literally like 2 seconds, just like paused. So we try and make it more dramatic each time. There's a lot of questions to keep escalating this higher. But anyway, since it's been a year, this is from Just Rocks. Oh God, sorry, the last one was from 2 hydrogen and a sulfur. Interesting.
What does that make?
Great F1 questions. But Just Rocks obviously loves the fantasy side of things, does old
And it'll be
Rocks.
back.
And it's back. F1 Fantasy Weekly is back. Since it's been a year, you each have to list from the last year favourite driver,
Favourite driver, okay.
favourite livery,
Ooh.
favourite race, off-track F1 moment, and non-F1 related moment.
Oh, okay. I'm going to have to be reminded. My short-term memory's not that great. Okay, favourite driver. I'm going to be quite boring. Quite predictable. Max Verstappen. I think he had a great year. He's really ramping up for where Red Bull can give him a consistent title-changing car. Favourite race? Austria. Max Verstappen. last laps. Got the race win. What's my third one?
Livery.
Livery.
Red Bull.
I'm trying to think. I'm going to go Red Bull. I'm trying to think if anyone matched it. I'm looking forward to an Aston Martin livery, but at the moment, can't grid. Back in my boys Red Bull.
Okay. Off-track F1 moment?
Off-track F1 moment. Trying to think of a Kimi moment of the week. I'll come back to that one. I'll think about that one.
Non-F1 related moment?
Non-F1 related moment the last year?
Yes.
Or just any moment?
Just in your life. What has been brilliant in your life?
I don't know. These are some tricky questions from Rox. Making me think back the last year. This.
Seeing the DTM.
Actually, that was. Wait. What were my last two? Why am I separating these? Best off-track moment.
Best off-track and best non-F1 related moment. You've made him think here, Rox. I hope you're enjoying seeing. We, at F1 Fanatics, we take your questions seriously. We don't want to rush our answers. It may make for shorter videos, and you may actually watch the entire length of the video if we did that. But we are taking this Q&A very seriously. Have you? It
was really fun going to see the British touring cars at Silverstone in the rain.
Yeah, that was
and when
cool,
it came
actually.
down, there were lots of slipping and sliding. That was, I think, my third live racing action. It was the first time I saw it in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool, really fun. I guess I don't know which one that comes under. I guess best moment and then best off-track moment. F1 related. I don't know. I actually honestly don't know.
There we go. We've got it as I don't know.
I may come back to you. You go. You
Okay.
hit yours.
All
I
right.
may come back.
Okay. Favourite driver from last year? That's tough. I'm always all over the place with this. I like Scholl coming in. I like Max. Kimi. I always like. Pierre Gasly. I liked his comeback story.
You can't say Gasly's your favourite.
Lando Norris. I enjoyed his rookie season. George Russell. I enjoyed him as a driver.
Stop listing everyone.
Lewis Hamilton, I enjoy he wins all the time. Valtteri Bottas, he did well for him. Sebastian Vettel, what's not to love about Sebastian
What is
Vettel?
not to love about Sebastian?
Alexander Albon, such a rise to the top. Daniel Kvyat, good, what a podium in there. Lance Stroll. Sergio Perez is going to be my favourite driver from last year. I loved Sergio's second half of the season. Checo time. To go with, obviously, our motorsport manager.
Yeah.
Checo, I've made that very long-winded. Livery, Toro Rosso. Love that livery. The blue and silver kind of chrome look. I do love kind of chrome or silver within Formula 1. The AlphaTauri livery is terrible compared to it. Don't care the hate I get from that. Please don't stop watching. Race, Brazil 2019. Off-track F1 moment when Kimi Räikkönen, can't remember the race it was, but he retired and had to sit on his Alfa Romeo and he was like pointing off the front of it going, over there, over there. But he had become captain of the SS Alfa Romeo. Non-F1 related moment, probably going to Vegas last year with Hayley and her family. That was a very cool experience, going to Vegas for the first time. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Here's where we get into the crunching one. Nico, from Nico is Pondering, great little F1 channel. Make sure you kind of check him out. Favourite supermarket? Oh, sorry, before, check out what Mark and Ash's answers were to that one.
Okay, so best driver, I'm going George Russell. Big surprise for most of you because I'm betting you would have thought that I'd have said Lewis Hamilton. Best livery, I'm sticking with my one from the video we did with the F1 debate show. The current Williams livery, Aquafresh. It looks brilliant. Or is it Colgate?
It's going to go now, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it will. But that's a great livery. Best off-track moment. has to be Sebastian Vettel in Canada. You know, moving number 1 in front of his car, number 2 to Lewis Hamilton, and then outside of F1, there's only one that I can really say for that year period, and that's gonna have to be starting my new job. I think it's got to be. It's been fun, even though I only started in February.
Favourite driver? Oh, Charles Leclerc. Favourite livery? It's got to be the McLaren. Favourite on-track memory? Charles winning in Monza. Favourite off-track? It's got to be Charles locking his girlfriend out of the apartment.
And non-F1 related moment.
You already know what this is going to be. Teo winning the ADAC championship.
Okay, we're back in the ring. Nico's pondering favourite supermarket.
Now, this is a tough one. I thought the questions were going to get easier, but now you're hitting with the tough ones here. I was thinking about this because I saw this. I'm just going to go random. I quite liked an Iceland supermarket we went to. We went out there a couple of years ago. It's called Bonus. That was quite fun.
Cool.
There were like different rooms and stuff. I felt that was quite fun.
It's a strong effort. I think I'm going to have to go with Morrison's.
Ooh.
I like the cooked chicken they do from the warm meat section.
Ooh, okay.
That's nice. If you've got to go lunch, it's lovely. Tesco's came close. I do love the good dine-in for two.
Yeah.
At Tesco's.
I just realised I should classify, when I said we went to Iceland, that's not the supermarket, that's the country. The Bonus was in Iceland, the country, not Iceland, the supermarket.
No. If you're going to Iceland, there's a Bonus supermarket. But you have to know exactly where it is. And also they have, crispy creme units.
Alright, stop picking up Morrison's.
So, big up Morrison's. Send me some donuts.
This Q&A is
crispy
sponsored
creme.
by Morrison's. It's not.
It's not. We don't have any sponsors.
Let's see what Ashen Marks is.
Yes, well done. I was going to forget that again. Ash and Mark.
Favourite supermarket? Okay, so it depends. 9 times out of 10, if I'm doing the shopping, I will be going to Sainsbury's. However, where I've been working, I've been going to Tesco's for the meal deal for lunch. So, one of them.
I mean, we have one over here that no one would know, so I'll go with my second favourite, which is Audi.
Mike and Stephen.
Whoa, you pulled us back there. Good job.
Incredible. Just the
Nearly lost
scenes.
us.
Absolute scenes. What is your guilty pleasure song or musician?
I kind of listen to everything. Guilty pleasure. What would you go? What would you?
I'm going to go for boy bands and take that.
Ooh.
Because my music is kind of classic rock, kind of the Led Zeppelins, the Guns N' Roses, AC/DCs, Aerosmiths of the world. That's what I mainly listen to. So a stark contrast to that would be boy bands. Something about Take That's infectious.
Do love Take That.
We obviously singing along to the Meerkat, not run by Sir Meerkat, Mr. Motor Meerkat himself. No, Meerkat music, was it? I don't know. But anyway, Take That one.
The Meerkat, yeah.
That was good. I enjoyed
Take That.
That
is a great shout.
That was by Kelly Lou Bone. I'm not very good at
I do
this
like
sort of
90s.
stuff.
I do like 90s. Just the occasional throwback to the 90s.
Cool.
I won't put down a specific thing. But yeah.
Cheesy 90s music.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. S Club 7 as well.
Oh. Now we're talking.
We grew up with it, okay? Don't judge me. You judging at home, don't judge me.
Now you can judge Ash and Mark.
Everyone wants to reach for the stars. Jesus. But yeah, Ash and Mark, salvage this.
Guilty pleasure song or musician? I don't know about. I'll be honest. One that I keep listening to Moana. You know, girlfriend's a really big Disney fan, and when I'm driving the car, we've got our own little playlist that I put on, and I'm forever listening to Moana when it comes on. You know, How Far I'll Go. You know, You're Welcome. That's a great song. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Yeah, I'll go with that. Actually, and this is now out on YouTube for everyone to see. So yeah, done well with that one.
Oh, I know it is absolutely like. I mean, I know they're coming back as cool now, but my favourite guilty pleasure musician has to be ABBA.
Thank you for that question from Kelly Lee Bone. We've now embarrassed ourselves and lost multiple subscribers for our choices.
Now we're going to have to do another Q&A for 1,000 subs.
Exactly. 1,000 subs Mark 2 because we lost 200 subscribers the last time and we've whacked our way back. No, Sam O'Gara coming in with his first question. If you made a new F1 team, who would be your 2 drivers, can't be in F1 already, and must be eligible?
Yes. I thought about this one. I'm going to go for Nico Rosberg and Mick Schumacher and do like Mercedes Mark II.
Sick.
Just with a different Schumacher.
Smashed it.
I'm going to be based in Germany, and then when Mercedes leave the sport, I'll take them as my main engine sponsor. I'm
thinking about F1 as a market. They're going to support me in what I need. I'm going to go for an American-based team. Yeehaw! Okay. Sorry, that is terrible. I apologise to every American I've offended. You are not just cowboys. But cowboys are cool, so you could take it as a compliment. Don't get offended. I'm going to bring in Joseph Newgarden and Alexander Rossi.
Yeah.
Front my American team, do what Haas should have done. And because then we'll bring in loads of sponsors. It's a market F1 wants to crack. They're going to be the guys that start. Then we bring in the top talent later on. Not that those guys aren't top talent. Joseph Newgarden, the current IndyCar champion. But I think that would be a very interesting team to bring in.
So you're going all American.
American.
Bring back the Las Vegas circuit.
Yeah, bring back the Caesars Palace car park.
And I'll go all Germany and bring back Hockenheim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we've done.
There we go.
Hope you enjoy that, Sam. Now for Mark and Ash's answers.
Can't be in F1 already. Does that mean that they shouldn't have driven in F1?
No, they're not as part of the 20-man grid this season.
Okay then. Sorry, I feel as if I'm asking extra questions myself in that. I'll probably give... Oh, I'm trying to think who's got super license points now. Because personally, I'd like to have Nick De Vries and Sam Bird, but neither of them have got the super license points.
Well, Nick De Vries does.
Nick De Vries does, actually. So Nick De Vries definitely would get into the team. And then I've got to think of someone with enough super license points. Don't know on that one. Who would I then want? Did Louis Delatraz end up getting enough points? I'm trying to think where he finished last season. Yeah, I'd probably go for that then. I couldn't think where Louis Delatraz finished last season in F2, but I'll go for that as my team. I'll go really young for both. Or potentially bring back an older driver, but no, I'll stick with the youngsters on that one. You can see feeder series, not my thing.
What would be a strong team? You know what? Let's go with De Vries and Alonso.
Right. Again, we've got a serious non-F1 related question. What heat level do you have at Nando's? He did say if you don't go to Nando's, shame on you, but we both go to Nando's.
We have both gone to Nando's.
I'm not. Do Australia have Nando's? I'll find out. I haven't done Mark's answers yet.
Well, shame on him if he hasn't.
True. He should just move Nando's to Australia.
Nando's is everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, heat level.
I'm weak. I go plainish.
I'm weak. I can't stand. I couldn't handle the heat and I got out the kitchen. Medium for me. Bit of spice. Bit of burn to the tongue. But I can't handle hot because I die.
There we go.
So, over to Mark and Ash.
I love Nando's. I regularly order. I go for medium. I'm one of those, I like a bit of spice, but I still like to have enough flavour in food.
I love Nando's. Love a cheeky Nando's when you're out on the night when you're out on a night. Oh, see, it depends what I'm getting from Nando's. Like if I'm getting a burger, I'll get it medium. But if I'm not getting the tenders or just the chicken pieces and chips, I'm going mild.
Or Baka Samogara, so Moto Meerkat, obviously a great channel as well.
Check him out.
Check him out. Make sure that we've got him in a Samogara sandwich in terms of question front. What is your favourite series you do on the channel?
This is a tough one. It would have been F1 Fantasy, but because of such a long break, I think my current favourite series is our live streams, our Motorsport Manager live streams. Great fun. Everyone gets involved. It normally always goes wrong. But Kimi winning in Canada was a great moment. Yeah.
Carnage. Yeah, I mean, Kimi, that is something that people can't ever take away from us, the enjoyment. And it's lost to the world.
Yeah.
People will never be able to be there. So you had to be there. And if you weren't there, well, that's your own fault.
Yeah.
That's us. For me, probably the F1 Legacies and F1 Worldwide. I quite enjoy those kind of longer, in-depth Formula 1 chats. Obviously, I hate doing all videos with Stephen, Ash and Mark, so obviously they would be my least favourite ones on the channel. When it's me, I'm the main star of the show. I do everything. That's no, but I enjoy the F1 Worldwide and F1 Legacies, and outside of that, it would probably be F1 Fantasy Weekly. We have good fun in that. Yeah. I do.
Looking forward to being back.
Indeed.
Favourite one to film, I think, would probably be driver rivals and rivalries, because it's really interesting looking back on some rivalries that I haven't necessarily been involved with in terms of watching, and also looking into more detail for some of the newer drivers. One that I'm actually really impressed, like, as an idea that I came up with that's very simple that we do, that the videos are always fun to record, would be 10 Reasons Why. Can't wait to have some of them back on the channel, because if you saw some of the outtakes from those videos, there's a lot. We never know who's going to end up laughing the most, me or Mike. One of the two. Usually me.
Well, this one's... It's actually, for me, currently, because there's no feeder series, currently it is Mastermind.
Now we move on to our next question, which is Ollie from TGS F1, another growing channel, and he soon, I'm sure, will be overtaking us with 1,000 subscribers plus. Very good stuff that Ollie does. Make sure you check out the 10 in 10 preview series that has been going on. That has been fantastic stuff. I think I've said stuff quite a lot there.
What's
Stuff,
your favourite word? Stuff.
You got it. Stuff. Most unusual place you've ever done it, and by it he means watch F1. Crafty Ollie.
Oh. I think it's going to be quite boring here. I remember watching it when we were on the road, on the motorway. Wasn't it coming back from Silverstone, I think?
Yeah.
Was that watching British Touring? Was that the same day?
Yeah.
Was that another day?
I think me, you and Ash are all going to have the same answer here.
Watching on the
which is
motorway.
literally watching it on the motorway back. Ash and I think me were listening to it, and Stephen and James were watching it, or me and James were watching it. It was one of the combination of, and it was very weird. But you know, we then got home and then switched on the TV and we saw the Ferraris collide. We saw Gasly and his drag race to the end to claim second place. It was a great race as well, and a weird way to experience the Brazilian GP.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, Ash, I'll hand it over, but like I said, it's pretty much, I think, the same for all of us. And Mark's one. Let's hear Mark.
does not watching it count, because that would be in the car on the way back from Silverstone again. But watching, I don't know, because usually I'm here. It's very rare that I'm not here to watch Formula One. Where else have I watched it? Literally, all I can think of for watching is my living room, my bedroom, and then at my nan's living room, because I watched the 2008 Brazilian Grand Prix there. We were around for someone's birthday, and I was the life and soul of the party, sitting in the living room on my own watching Formula One. So, probably that one, considering it was a birthday party going on. Yeah, I'll go with that.
See, this is going to take some explaining, but I've watched F1 at an F1 race.
But not actually watched on track, or
No. I was watching the feed, like the Sky feed, like with commentary, while I was watching the race, so I could have an idea of what's going around along the track, as well as positions and all that. So I was watching the F1 race on, well, we call it Foxtel, but well, not the Foxtel app, but you call it the Sky app, while at the track.
Next question. We do realise we're making slow progress over this, but please stick with us. They're great questions, and if you want to know more about us, we're taking the time to do it there. So, Vehicle Valhalla. What's been your best thing about starting a YouTube channel? Great YouTube channel, nearly at 2K by the way. Vehicle Valhalla came on for the Fernando Alonso F1 Worldwide. Us Alonso fans got to stick together.
Yep, give him a sub if you haven't already. Best thing about starting an F1 channel, getting into more F1. I think I was more of a casual fan, but last couple of years, especially this year, I've been a lot more into it. I guess
Been intense.
Yeah, making more content together. That's cool.
Been allowed to obsess over it.
Yeah,
Sick. Best one to start YouTube channel. I'll go the cheesy one. It's about meeting guys like you. Is that okay? No, but honestly, the community on the channel, it's been brilliant. We've met and kind of got to talk to some brilliant people within the F1 community, and kind of share our love and passion with the sport. That has been the awesome. Whether it's other content creators, people who just kind of watch the videos, bloggers and stuff like that, podcasts, all around the world. It's been quite cool. Talking and getting to know people more. So that would be it. But here's what it is for Mark and Ash.
It would be having somewhere to just ramble about all of the ideas we've got for F1, actually having people that are interested, because half the stuff that we come out with is completely ridiculous. And if you haven't watched our ways in which the FIA could get F1 to complete a 2020 season, then you can see just how ridiculous some of our ideas are. And yeah, just being able to interact with everyone and be able to take on board as much feedback as possible to make sure you're getting the content that you want.
I mean, coming into you guys, one thing I've noticed more than anything, and the best thing for me about it is just the sense of community. The F1 YouTube community, entire F1 social media community is such a great group.
Okay, on to the next one. The Apex Motorsport lads. Very good little YouTube channel starting there as well. They are actually covering, like it says, the Apex Motorsport. So they do cover kind of more motorsport than just F1. So make sure, again, you go out and we're here to promote everyone, because obviously us reaching 1,000 subscribers, we know how hard it is and how much work that people have to put in to kind of get there. So yeah, it's support those channels out as well, because they really are producing good content. But what is one driver and team pairing that you didn't see happen that you would have loved to see?
I may, because we spoke about it the other day in one of our classic race reviews, the 1990. When Prost went to Williams and he stopped Senna joining Williams as well. I think think it would have been pretty fun to send a first Prost up Williams after their McLaren days. Is that 93, 92?
That's 93, yeah.
93.
Sorry, my mind went to blank there. I was listening and I was like, yeah, no, that's a great one. That's a great one.
I'm
And
just
then
gonna,
you're like, oh, no, you're talking
I'm
to
going to
me.
throw it in there because it would have been a great continuation of the rivalry.
I don't know, really. Really, I'm a bit lost for this one. I'll go with a left field one. Derek Warwick always was spoken about having a good one. He was stopped from joining Lotus by Ayrton Senna, and Lotus at the time, I believe, could only really provide one strong car, and the other was just kind of thereabouts. So seeing Derek Warwick in a top car, because he was muted as being quite a top talented driver, but he's someone who's not really spoken about or anything. So he would definitely have been an interesting one to see in any of the top teams at the time. So let's say put Derek Warwick in the McLaren of the mid-1980s.
That's across the entire history of the sport.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm going to go for... I'm going to go really far back, and it was one that we almost got. Sterling Moss in a Ferrari. Now, we may have got him with a Ferrari engine that didn't end up going anywhere because of the crash that he had. But if you put Sterling Moss in a Ferrari at the time, the world championships that he would have won would have been challenging the likes of Thankyou, Lewis Hamilton and Michael Schumacher. So, yeah, I'll go right back to almost the beginning of Formula One for mine.
Coming even from a Prost fan, one thing I would have loved to see is Schumacher and Senna together.
Okay, John T's Corner, and he's come up with a great question.
Uh-oh.
He clearly holds this one in his kind of great questions locker. If he has one, I don't know. But if there was, this would be in it. But if you could change the result of one race, knowing what it could do to a championship, which would it be?
Dun, dun, dun. I can't think. Modern, I'm quite happy of how all the races went. There's you could 2007, 2010, 2012 are going to be probably mentioned by others. I'm going to go back to 1986. Mansell, final race of the season at Australia, blows his tyre out and retires from the race. I'm going to say finishes the race, wins the World Championship, and goes on to dominate the next 7 years and becomes a 7-time world champion.
Okay then. And now bringing stuff back into reality. I think that's an interesting one actually. Mansell
won in 1986.
Is a good one because he's obviously muted as a guy that should, and that was, I think, that was his first opportunity to win it.
Yeah.
And he'd kind of slowly grown up the ranks. It would have been interesting to see.
Maybe he would have got the McLaren seat.
Well, you don't know. It would have been interesting to see how things kind of developed and progressed further.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But for me, I'm going to go with 2010. Fernando Alonso wins the title for Ferrari in his first season. Just because I think, not only because I'm a Fernando Alonso fan, not only, take that out of the equation, that does come into it, but I think it might have the most interesting repercussions because it would then mean that Red Bull didn't start their dominance. Would Red Bull have then had the confidence in their 2012 to have seen out and secured that title through there, as 2011 and 2013 were really their only two dominant years? Then would Fernando Alonso have stayed? Would it have been a more successful partnership with him at Ferrari? It throws a whole load of if, buts and maybes in it. So it certainly would have been interesting to do that. 2012 is probably the one that he deserved the most, but 2010 I think would have maybe thrown a few more spanners into the works of what might or may have been, and who may have gone where at different stages. Yeah.
Could still be in the sport.
Fernando could well still be in the sport. But now it's time for Mark and Ash.
China 2007. Hamilton would have won the championship that year, and would have been, if you exclude the 1950 season, would have been the first rookie to win a Formula One World Championship. If he'd finished that race, then no doubt he would have won the championship. There's no argument with that one.
Coming from an Aussie, it would have to be 2010 Korea.
And we're back. I hope you enjoy hearing from all of us. We do realise that hearing from all of us does kind of make things longer, but like I keep saying,
Let's just jump straight to the next question.
I'm stalling again. It probably would be shorter if I just didn't.
Lee,
speak
he's
as
still
much.
going. He's still going.
The weather is nice outside today, and okay. What are your academic and F1 based backgrounds? Go.
Oh, what?
What are your academic and F1 based backgrounds? Go.
My academic background?
Yeah, your academic background.
I got a business degree, business management degree. Got it from University of Winchester. My F1 background. Fan, casual fan, and then more recently, more serious fan.
I suppose it was kind of answered in how you got back into
How I first
F1.
got into it. Yeah.
So academic background for me is sports, essentially, if people classify that as an academic background. Just been coaching for the past 10 years of my life. So that's mine. And yeah, did 2 years before dropping out of university to do coaching more full time. And that's what I still do today. So that's mine.
Oh yeah.
Let's hear Mark and Ashley's.
So academic background for me, studied law at university, did relatively well, and then now finally using my degree for a career, which is something that I've always been aiming for. And then F1 background goes back to the first question that I answered. Been watching since 2007, and you know, big Lewis Hamilton fan. Feel like he's brought a lot of supporters into the sport that at the time needed a bit of a refresh. And yeah, it then started the YouTube channel last year. It's as simple as that for me for my F1 background.
Academic background, 2 years in aviation management.
So that was from Alex, and Alex also has 2 more questions, but he's labelled them A, B and C. Very interesting. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like a Marmite and cheese sandwich? Go!
Marmite cheese? Nah, I don't know Marmite. Bad.
0 for me. Hate the stuff. Rox also asked, can I explain what Marmite is? I think it's like yeast extract. Not really sure what it is because I don't really like it.
It doesn't sound very good.
It's something that looks like black tar.
It's a love it or hate it. People do like it, but we're not fans of Marmite in this household.
Apart from Mum. Mum's a fan.
Is she?
Yeah. She likes Marmite.
Fair enough.
There you go. 0 out of 10. I don't know if Mark has Marmite or yeast extract or the said equivalent. Ash, let's hear from both of them on that front.
Can I say 0 because I cannot stand Marmite?
You can.
Yeah, 0 then.
Swap Marmite for Vegemite. And are we talking like just vegetable Marmite and cheese? Or are we talking about like, can you toast it?
It just says Vegemite and cheese sandwich.
Then it's a 6 out of 10, but it goes up to a 10 out of 10 if you can toast it.
C. How did this whole thing with F1 Fanatics start? How did you get to know each other?
How did we get to know each other? Well, I think you were about 3.
I think I was, 3.
I was probably a couple of hours.
3 3/4 to be precise, I think.
Maybe a few hours, I think I was.
Mm.
I don't know why we were both out of hospital, but we kind of just saw each other. Like, hey,
Yeah.
nice to meet you.
So we're brothers. So family thing. Ash is mine and, Hayley, my girlfriend's brother. So we met through there. And Mark was a guy that we did a couple of collaborations with on his previous channel, Beyond the Grandstand. We talked, and then obviously talked, and he's come on to the channel and shared his expertise there. So that's how we know Mark.
And I met them both through Michael.
Yeah. How did F1 Fanatics start? Wanted to talk about F1 more. Was debating whether doing a kind of a football or F1 YouTube channel. Thought I want to kind of invest more in my love for F1. So started it with our kind of first preview at Silverstone. And yeah, that was, the rest is history, as
The
they
rest
say.
is history.
What a cliche. Throw that at you. Enjoy that load of cheesiness rammed down your throat. Right, last one of the joint all four of us, and then I think the process will be sped up a little bit. So thanks for sticking with us so far. Dream car.
Dream car. Oh, you've hit me out of nowhere here. Dream car.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you go.
Ferrari 250 GTO. Beautiful car. Beautiful car. Just classic cars to me. Not a big fan of supercars. They look a bit aggressive. They're very unpractical. They'd be great to drive around the race car. A race car. Obviously, they are a race car. A race track. But the Ferrari 250 GTO just looks classy. And I love the look of it. It is a completely unattainable dream car. I think it sells cheapest maybe about 4.5 mil, because it is a classic car and there's not much of them about, but it's beautiful.
I'm going to go for the Aston Martin DB5 from James Bond. Oh yeah, it's just a cool car, cool classic car. So this is all I got to say.
There we go. That's it. Cool classic car.
Love
There's
James
mine
Bond.
and Stevens.
Yeah.
Mark and Ash's. Let's go.
For me, dream car, Aston Martin DB5, go very classic, big James Bond fan, and if I could ever afford one, I would probably get the rotating number plate on it as well, although, for legal reasons, it would just be the same number plate every time, but still, it would be cool to have one, so yeah, that would be for me.
Oh, this is really tough. I am torn between two. See, I love classics. Older cars and all that. But they're a monster to maintain. So I'd probably actually go for Morgan.
Nice.
It's a beautiful old style car, open roof. And it's perfect weather for it here in Australia, where you can just have the roof down and just enjoy the fresh breeze and just something beautiful, old and stylish, but yet still reliable. And has modern creature comforts.
Now for Hayley takeover time. And by Hayley takeover time, I mean she sent in like 9 questions.
9 questions.
So I'm just going to read all of them, and then I will kind of just give a generalised answer to all of this and go from there. Question 1. Who is the most amazing woman in your life, and why do you love her so much? Second question. Why is that Hayley Francis such an incredible influence on your life? When are you going to propose to Hayley Francis? Why do you seem obsessed with Hayley Francis? What do you love more, Hayley Francis or F1? What do you love more, Pillow Hayley or Kimmy? What will you be buying Hayley to celebrate 1k subscribers? Who is Sam O'Gara, and why does he not enjoy my questions? And whose laptop did you steal to start F1 Fanatics? So, to give some context into this, Hayley's my girlfriend, and she has been my biggest support from day one. She gave the kind of laptop, I'm not very tech savvy at all.
you said she gave the laptop. Just to clarify, the last question said, whose laptop did you steal?
Okay, I stole the laptop, but she hasn't repossessed it, so I'm taking it as borrowing with a long-term view of not giving it back. No. But anyway, she's kind of been so supportive of us and the channel, and she's helped me whenever kind of techie questions on anything like that. She's had to put up with me doing loads of hours on this, on editing, and obviously interacting with you guys in the comments and stuff, and me and Ash filming, me and Stephen filming. She kind of puts up with it days. So obviously, do I love Hayley more than I love F1? I'll take Kimi Räikkönen's stance on this. Family is the most important thing to me, and with Hayley, she is the kind of most important person there. She'll be very happy watching this going on there. And proposal when I have money. Simple answer on that one. And who is Sam O'Gara? Sam O'Gara is a keen supporter of the channel. Be nice. You were bombarding with questions. He didn't know how to react with it. Pillow Hayley or Kimi? I'm sorry, Kimi. Kimi comes out on top here. I do love Pillow Hayley, but Kimi Räikkönen Hayley. Come on, don't make me do this. You're above F1, but let's. Pillow Hayley is below Kimi. He gets his own moment of the week. Pillow Hayley doesn't have her own moment of the week. I now know by stating that there will be a request from Hayley
to make Hayley earn a rating.
But yes, thank you so much for everything that you do. I love you, Hayley, and yes, thank you for your amazing questions and support through all this and putting up with my obsession with F1, which I realise is intense. Right, enough soppiness. We're on to the rest of the questions. But we're sticking with the Francises because Hayley's mum, Michelle, has sent a tweet in as well, and she has gone for, if you could change one rule in F1, what would it be and why?
If you could change one rule? You go first. I need to think.
I was struggling to think about this. I would make, it's one that Ash often uses, but I would make all compounds compulsory to use in the race. Made interesting. I know tyres and pit stops are interesting there, but it mixes things up. A lot of overtaking happens in pit stops. Extra things can go wrong, when you bring more people into the game rather than the racing. So let's make all 3 compounds from a race weekend must be able to be used.
Okay, I may go points. I may go back to an old point system. The ones that you get 10 points for first, and that breakdown.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool one to go. So that was from Michelle. Now we go on to CM Parfait 16 line commissions. Worst looking Group C car. So I took this as worst looking out of Alfa Romeo, Haas and Williams.
Worst looking?
2020 car.
2020 car. Haas, Alfa, what was the other two? Or was it just Williams?
Williams.
Oh, Williams then.
Yeah, Williams for me as well.
Alfa's got that classic look to it, and Haas's 2020 car is looking very nice.
Yeah.
In black and white, yeah.
I like all of them to an extent, but I just like Alfa Romeo and Haas more.
Yeah.
From there. God, look, we're flying through these questions now. Azir, what is the greatest livery in F1 history, and why is it the Vodafone McLaren Mercedes?
Because nothing comes close. Favourite livery? I did love that McLaren, the Marlborough. I think it's just iconic, and you just associate it with winning. That orange and white McLaren. Modern, I'm just going to go Red Bull because I love Red Bull.
Predictable in terms of that. Favourite livery is we actually did a livery video recently, me versus Gianni, a fan of the channel, in terms of that. And mine was the Renault R26. I'm going to go for the 2006 edition. That blue and yellow livery was just... But I've done that twice now. God, I'm really sorry. I feel like I'm just a cheap Tomo rip-off when I do stuff like that. But the McLaren livery that he talks about between like 2007, 2013, that was a beautiful livery. I do really appreciate that. That was, yeah, just brilliant in the way that, like I said, chrome on an F1 car works, and that fluorescent red.
The pit crew looked awesome as well. Their
Actually
chrome helmets.
Yeah, they looked like stormtroopers.
Yeah.
So that was, as Star Wars fans, that was pretty cool. Kira Illuminati. It's like Kurt Illuminati. I think it's stuff like that. Line from Drive to Survive. Are F1 fanatics rock stars or wankers?
That's a tough one.
Right. We're rock stars, clearly. Is that,
yeah, sorry, yeah.
Is that...
Sorry, I just had to process it.
Stephen clearly thinks we're all dicks. No, what do you... do I dare say that? What do you think we are, rock star wankers? Just going to get hurled abuse at us. Wanker, wanker, wanker. Right, cheers for that one. Yeah, that's... oh, Will's thrown me under a bus here.
Uh-oh.
What was your favourite episode of F1 Worldwide podcast to make? I'm going to go for the really cheesy answer because I did genuinely think about this. I don't have a favourite because they've all added something different. I think I've all enjoyed the kind of brilliant conversations that stemmed from them because it was mainly talking about topics that people were passionate about. And I've learnt so much through doing the kind of F1 Worldwide ones. So... yeah, I'm copping out there. I'm saying I love them all because they've all offered something different. And like I said, obviously, favourite series, it has been brilliant as a kind of community-based one, a great series to do. Next one, David Noble. Will you get F1 Fanatics sponsorship on Sergio's car now you're famous? Yes. That's simple.
Yes. Just have F1 Fanatics on the side of the Aston Martin.
F1 Fanatics proudly sponsoring #Checo Time. There you go. It's beautiful.
Oh,
there we go. It's gone. Here's from the F1 debate show. I guess this is directed to us. What do you love more? Ferrari? I suppose that could be for you, Red Bull. Arsenal? Or that couch?
Or that couch.
That couch. That couch.
Honestly.
Look at this. That couch. Brilliant. It's a great couch. Leave it alone.
Well, what are you going for?
Oh, right. So you're going to ask me to do this first. Well, everyone knows F1 teams. I'm very fluent. Obviously, I have a softer spot for Ferrari because a lot of my favourite drivers are driven for them. So Arsenal winning there. We do love the sofa, and I know the sofa watches our videos.
It's been a big support.
Has been a really big support. I'm going to have to go for the sofa.
I'm going to have to go for the sofa as well.
It has to be.
One, because it's been a great support, and two, I'm terrified what would happen if I didn't say the sofa.
That's true. The sofa could eat us.
Yeah.
So we're doing this out of trying to protect ourselves as well.
Yeah.
But obviously that was from the F1 debate show. They have been massive support from us all the way through this journey, and we're so grateful to both Jordan and Lyle. First guys to ever collaborate with us, and they've been such big supporters of us ever since then, and yeah, can't be more grateful for that. Cranky Yankee F1, everyone's favourite American F1 YouTuber. What do you regret saying most? What have you been most wrong about? Your opinion shifted. Basically, what do you feel that you've got wrong talking about F1 and now you go, well, I got that wrong?
You can insert a clip here if you can find it. Flashback to Singapore last year. We were doing our weekly F1 Fantasy podcast, and we were like, we had some sure bets. I think it was like anything could happen, but our sure bets is like, don't go Haas and don't go Ferrari, and especially don't go Sebastian Vettel. That's my biggest regret on this channel.
Because Sebastian Vettel went and won in Singapore. And, oh wow, that was there. I would say Whilst doing this channel, it's probably been the likes. I did driver ratings for Lance Stroll at the midway season, and I thought I learned my lesson because I redeemed myself and so I was too harsh on Lance. Obviously, Lance has still got a lot to prove. He's a polarising character of whether he deserves his seat in F1 or not. That will still be up for debate. He's got a big 2020 season ahead of him, but I think I gave him a 2 out of 10 for the first half of the season, which, yeah, it was a bit harsh. And then Nico Hlkenberg, I should have learnt my lesson, but I was very harsh in his thing where there was a lot more going on behind closed doors in that Renault's politics than it was. I still stand by the fact that Nico Hlkenberg didn't have a great 2019 season, and he probably didn't do enough to warrant his place in Formula 1 or to convince Renault. Well, he clearly didn't convince Renault, although we know that they are quite happy to chop and change and get upset when Ricciardo chop and changes them. But yes, I was probably the most wrong about Lance Stroll and Nico Hlkenberg, but that is going from they weren't horrendously bad, which I said they were just meh.
Meh.
Meh. Thank you for that one, Cranky. That's always there. I'm always happy to admit when being wrong, but I guess, yeah. That's like Kids Love F1. He's back. He was behind the dream car question. And what video on your channel are you most proud of?
I'm going to go for most proud of. It's a tough one, but I'm going to go F1 Fantasy, and it was, I can't remember what episode it was. It was like F1 Fantasy is back, and it hit 1,000 views, and I was very happy about that. It was a series we did all 2019, really enjoyed it, and then finally 2020 was here. Everyone was getting excited about F1 Fantasy. So, oh yes, and then we had to stop the series.
COVID-19.
Yeah.
Cheers for that.
Yeah.
Well, proud, I would probably say, not as a video, but as like a set of videos like the F1 Legacies. Because obviously you looked at Charlie Whiting, Sterling Moss, Michael Schumacher, Gilles, and maybe by the time this comes out, Niki Lauda. I just think it was, and looked at Bernie Eccleston as well. I was just quite happy about how we looked at those guys and their influence on the sport, and a balanced debate of their highs and their lows in terms of it. And I just think it's quite a nice series that we've done, and so I'm probably proud of how I've portrayed that series.
Nice.
From there. How do you keep motivation when doing YouTube?
I think this is more for you.
Probably. Stephen's motivation is I ask him to do a video and he goes,
Yep.
How do I keep it going? I guess, like anything, there's times along the way where you kind of see videos that you've put a lot of effort into and you haven't got as many views as you'd hoped you'd get. But I think it's just the enjoyment of talking to other people, having fun doing videos with kind of Stephen, Ash and Mark, and just enjoying the process of doing a video is probably what keeps me motivated the most. That I go, if we keep putting in the hard work, people might like it. I mean, we got to 1,000 subscribers, which is incredible, and it's something, you know, that some people never reach on the platform, and it's mental to me. 1,000. If you put 1,000 people in a room, that's how many people follow the channel. That's insane in terms of it. So that's probably how I keep most motivated. Will you buy Racing Point from Lawrence Stroll now that you can monetize your videos? Yes.
Yep.
Next one. What is the first F1 YouTube video you watched?
First F1 YouTube video I watched. Wait, does the stuff from the F1 channel count? So like race replays and
I suppose
race
highlights
radio.
don't count.
What
And
about
radios, but
okay.
maybe if it was like a review or something, some of the Will Bucks and stuff.
First video was probably from F1 Fanatics. It was probably one of yours and Ash's videos.
Yeah, because you came on like later on. You didn't start.
No.
And I suppose, you know, like you said, to a casual fan before, Who's there? For me, it would probably be someone like, I can't remember exact, but I remember early doors it was definitely Sean in the F1 world, because he was, you know, keeping, well, one, he gave news and kind of interesting on that, so it was catching up and going on topics on that front. And then it was outside of that, he was someone having some interesting F1 chats and debates, and we all love F1 chats and debates here at F1 Fanatics. So it would be Sean at the F1 word, who's very, you know, he's on that road to 100k.
Oh yeah,
which is massive. So hopefully Sean can reach that milestone soon, because he has been brilliant for F1 YouTube. But the whole community, there's so many channels on this platform that do brilliant content. So yeah, it's just nice to kind of be a part of it all. What would you rather, a title for Ferrari / Red Bull, or a title for Arsenal?
Who's this from?
This is from John T. James.
Okay. Ferrari for title for Ferrari or title for Arsenal?
Yeah. I mean,
so I'll go Red Bull. If it was a Red Bull with Max Verstappen, I'd go for that.
Because I'm obviously team fluid, I'm generally pretty happy as long as the team's earned it, as long as they're. So I'm not desperately craving at the wall for a Ferrari title. Where Arsenal, it's been so long. So for me, this one would be Arsenal. And I think we've got last two questions. Wow, it's been a journey. Last two questions, we'll get there. Right, Viandra. Well, last two, it's three from Viandra. But other than F1 and football, do you watch any other sports?
Yes, I watched tennis. Been to Wimbledon, O2 and Eastbourne to see it live. Other than that, a bit of cricket. But yeah, mainly tennis, football, F1. It's probably my top three.
Obviously, yeah, F1 and football, and then cricket for me, because that has been my job pretty much for 10 years now, and it's been the sport. Got into cricket in F1 at the same time back in 2005. Was the 05 Ashes for me that kicked me into cricket, and obviously Fernando Alonso's title bid in 05 as well, with Fernando Alonso. So yes, cricket would that be for me. Would you rather drive the 2012 Caterham or the 2014 Marussia, which were both terrible cars?
2012 Caterham, because it's Caterham. It's a local team.
I feel like the 2012 Caterham too, because I like racing green. So it's green and I like it. Siemens' performance for both weren't great. And this is in reference to a result yesterday. Is Neil Maupay a dick?
Yes.
Yes. How dare he score against us in the last minute? How dare he?
And he took out Leno.
And he took out Leno. How he didn't get sent off. Unbelievable. We're going off now. How did you grow up watching it? Oh, we covered that from Gianni. So, yes, that's obviously it was in the background, wasn't it? But it was somewhere before 2010 for you and 2005. And for me, it was 2005.
As a family, it was just the thing we did on the Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, it was there in the background. It was one sport that Mum actually enjoyed watching.
Yeah.
Liam, actually, who comments regularly on the YouTube channel, I know his question was, which football team we support? If you haven't figured out by now, it's Arsenal for both me and Stephen. For Ash, it's Chelsea. And for Mark, it's Arsenal as well. So it's 3-1 in Arsenal. But his last question, it's a good one to end on. It's from FMM001, who has regularly been commenting on our videos. He said, if you could take 3 sectors from any racetrack and put them together to build an ultimate racetrack, what would it be?
Oh. This is tough. I may take Sector 2 from Silverstone. Get maggots and begots in there. I'm trying to piece together the other parts. I may go Sector 1 of Spa, the uphill and then the power down the long straight. And then Sector 3. Sector 3. I'm going to go for... Wait, is 130R, is that in Sector 3? I'll go for Sector 3.
Okay. I mean...
Is that a messy track? Sounds like a messy track.
Yeah, I'm going to go with pace, I think, for mine. I'm going to go Sector 1 Spa, Sector 2 Monza, and Sector 3 Canada. Just be like flat out pace.
Your track is just a drag strip.
Yes, I'm going flat out, fast as we can go. You gotta love speed in F1. There'd be plenty, if we weren't going street circuits, you know, well, I know Montreal classified technically as a street circuit. Yeah. But yeah, that's me. Spa, Monza and Canada. There's some great corners in there as well. You've obviously got Rouge and Radion through there. Monza is just kind of like fast.
It's a straight line.
Exactly. Is the Ascari chicane in Sector 2? I feel it is. Before going into Parabolica in Sector 3. But yeah, basically that's it. I've gone for all out pace. Wall of Champions in Canada as well. Brilliant stuff there. But that's it. That is the Q&A finished. This is probably like an hour long. I have no idea how long this is. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the answers to your questions. And a massive thank you to everyone who subscribed and supported us getting to 1,000 subscribers. It's been an incredible journey. We look forward to keep on ramming content down your kind of throat, saying watch, the season's going to be back. It's amazing to kind of reach it for that. Fantasy's back. Race previews, reviews, they're all back.
It's back.
F1.
Thank you for watching, and we hope you continue to enjoy the content.
That's all we got left to say. Is thank you from me, Stephen.
Thank you from me,
Ash, and Mark. We're all so grateful to you guys. But that's it from us. So you F1 fans,
gotta leave that in. It's gone.
So you F1 fans, keep racing!